Hey now, everybody. It's the Rob from Kiss 106 and 103gbfrocks.com, broadcasting to you live from my home along with my tag team partner in podcasting. Please welcome to the show the Demon King, Jerry Valeri. Good morning, Jer.
Good morning, Rob. I'm back from a broadcast in an amusement park nearby, and boy, oh boy, every time I go there, I feel like a genetic powerhouse.
That is definitely understandable. I know that you've been to our local theme park, water park, and oh man, have we ever told the Scratchy Dan story?
I think we have told the Scratchy Dan story. That definitely could be retold. I mean, it's just one of those situations where Scratchy Dan was someone at Holiday World that had he's just walking and he had stuff over his back and he was itchy, like he was scratching himself, right?
He wouldn't stop scratching himself. And we were waiting in line for a ride. And I remember noticing he got out of the float that we were about to go on for a ride.
I had no idea what number float he had been on.
It was number 3. I remember seeing the 3 on there.
But I was oblivious to the fact that what was about to happen.
So my wife and I noticed which seat the guy who probably had some sort of communicable disease,
leprosy,
had sat on. And Brittany noticed that. Did she say something before or after? I don't even remember how. I don't even know why I got into the story.
After I sit down and that was the seat that Scratchy Dan was on. And you went, why'd you say that? And I went, oh no, I never ruined the rest of my day. You knew not to mention it.
Yeah, I knew that would ruin the rest of your day, which it may have. Oh, there's Daisy. Hey, there's the pup. Daisy. Oh, look at her wanting to get involved in this one.
Look at her. She's out of control.
She is a handful, but I mean, I love this dog. She's pulling my headphone out now, but she's the newest member of our family, and here she is making her post-to-post debut.
Look at her going crazy. Let's go. She's gonna take your microphone right off your head, like Kevin Owens did to Byron Saxton, and she's gonna start dropping pipe bombs.
What a way to start SmackDown. Now, here, full disclosure, I have been really exhausted from my surgery on Monday. And I fell asleep very early on last night. I made it up for Raw because I crashed as soon as I got home from my surgery on Monday. I had a nap in me, and then I made it through Raw. But last night I had a baby appointment. I had all sorts of stuff. I only made it through the first. I have it open now. I'm at minute 22. I'm inside the Finn Balor and Shinsuke Nakamura match.
Which was a good match. It was a good match. It didn't really have much heat to it, but they're so good. And it was non-title, Shinsuke beats the living poop out of him a little bit. Puts it to him.
Oh, so Shinsuke gets the win. He gets the win in a non-title match. Interesting.
Sure. Sorry for spoiling that.
No, it's okay.
I'm going to spoil the whole episode here.
Yeah. No. I deserve it because I'm a wrestling journalist and I haven't watched the product. So you have. So take the wheel, bud.
Baby, it was my kind of night. I love Kevin Owens.
Oh, so is he full blown babyface? Is it safe to say?
He seems like a hybrid. Like it seemed to me like a CM Punk, Steve Austin type. Like I'm just coming out here and I'm blowing up. It was 3 acts of goodness. It was absolutely perfect. I thought the way that SmackDown started proper was so good with the cut back to earlier in the day. They're interviewing Dolph Ziggler, getting out of his car. And even if it just ends with that, that feels like, I know we talked about Eric Bischoff probably not being involved until after Extreme Rules. The backstage stuff, it felt like early Bischoff NWO stuff. I really feel like his hands are definitely in the pie right now. It felt like he was part of it last night.
All I keep hearing is he's going to be starting next week. So who knows?
But the way that SmackDown started was really fresh. It starts with Dolph Ziggler getting an interview, and then Kevin Owens pulls up behind him and just and then gets out, and then it turns. And I like seeing the Singh brothers in the background, kind of rubbernecking the situation, and it makes sense for people to be looking at them fighting. So it's not like just this out of nowhere pull apart. They start fighting each other, and then everybody gets involved, and Shane shows up and kicks Kevin Owens out. Kevin got legit bloody. He cut his lip the hard way, and I was like, whoo, we are starting SmackDown Live the right way, baby.
Can I give you another great example of if wrestling were real, this would never, ever happen?
I mean, sure.
So, listen, I love Dolph Ziggler. I love Dolph Ziggler more than you, I think. You said you're not the biggest fan. I love Dolph. No. His newest T-shirt says like something like it should have been me or something like that.
Yeah.
And if you think about this again from a wrestling is real point of view, that's like Nancy Kerrigan putting on a T-shirt that says "Why me?"
My man.
Like it's just because it's like whining and complain. Like why you would never make a T-shirt fighting that facet of your career.
20% sales, pal. Merch. Hashtag merch.
20. What'd you say?
20% on your sales. Hashtag merch.
Gotcha. Okay. No, but I'm saying that like in real life, that's not what you would do.
But he did it.
And it'd be like a radio station. Like if it'd be like me making a T-shirt, number 3 morning show in town.
Hey, look at that. You know what? If it sells, it sells.
Yeah, good point. So then I know from
boom.
Okay.
They fight. And then woo, we're inside the arena, and here we go, New Hampshire. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, I know from talking to you earlier today off the air that the opening segment in the building was your favorite.
Absolutely perfect. But as I said, this is a 3-act play. And so Act 1 is the very beginning when we're out in the parking lot. Act 2 happens 3 seconds later, cutting Corey Graves off, hyping up the Shinsuke Finn Balor match, and it's just Kevin Owens out of the crowd. Bow! And he's out of this world. He is out of a cannon, Dynamite cutting a promo, and it's real. And I mean, if you really want to dial in, you want to get people to cheer for you, just say what everybody's been complaining about, and point it out. And he points out that they came in the middle of the ring in January, and they said it was all going to change, and it never did. And nobody wanted more Shane McMahon. And then, boop, your mic's off. Whoa. Kevin Owens goes and gets another mic. Shane McMahon's now out on the ramp, and he gets a second mic, and he starts, and then Shane's coming down to the ring, and Kevin Owens is just going off. Pipe bomb, baby! And he is cutting an incredible promo. They cut the second mic off. Now it's even more believable. Then he just stands up on the table, and he's furious, and he grabs the Byron Saxton's head mic, and he starts talking into that, and it goes over, but it's quieter. You can barely hear it. And he starts talking about the guys in the back that are being disrespected. Guys that Kevin Owens would never, ever talk about in like kayfabe world. Like it's almost like he's just pulling down the curtain. He was like Buddy Murphy and Kairi Sane and Asuka and all these people don't get camera time because of you, Shane McMahon, you piece of garbage. And then boop, and it's off, and then they all come down to chase him, and he gets, and whoo, nimble as a cat he is. And over the fence he goes, and bang, Kevin Owens is gone. And Shane McMahon's like, I'll get you. And now all of a sudden, Shane McMahon and Roman Reigns and Drew McIntyre, that whole thing that's been really boring has just gotten spiced up because we're going to move Kevin Owens in and be able to move on from Roman Reigns after Extreme Rules. This is good. Good news. That's Act 2. Do you want to jump ahead to Act 3?
It's up to you, but I need to stop you for a second and just remind people, my God, you are so good at this. My favorite episodes are the Smackdowns that I didn't see that you described to me. And I even saw all this. I watched this last night, and I feel like you're just so good at this aspect of the job.
When he was done, I said to myself, whew, I am sorry, Maria Kanellis. You're not for here.
Okay,
not for me.
So let's before we get to Act 3, I want to say that I loved this part of the show last night. I don't think I loved it as much as you did. And it's okay, and that's fine. And I don't know how it ranks against Maria's stuff. Maria really stuck with me with just that line of, maybe next time I'll have Becky impregnate me or whatever. It didn't have that pipe bomb feel to me that I know you used that term off the air. I don't remember if you used it on the air.
I did. I said a pipe bomb on the air, and you asked me what to title this, and I encouraged you to use pipe bomb. If you didn't use pipe bomb, that's okay.
I did.
I'm seeing pipe bomb used a lot for this promo. Actually, I was surprised to see that headline used a lot for people.
Here's the thing: when Punk did it, the one promo, we all know the one I'm talking about, where he's sitting down on the ramp.
Yeah, crisscross applesauce.
Whether it was a work shoot or a shoot, it felt like a shoot to me. And even though Kevin Owens was only speaking the truth last night, it felt like a work to me. And that's the difference.
Yeah, okay. Well, this was a work shoot for sure, but it was a shoot nonetheless. Like he was shooting. And maybe and it'd be great if he worked himself into a shoot, but it's hard to do that with the boss.
And another point is that you said that like he's kind of becoming like an Austin CM Punk type of character. That's a really good comparison. And while a lot of people try to do it, a lot of people call them a tweener, like halfway between a heel and a face. It's a really hard act to pull off properly. But if anybody on the roster right now can do it, I think Kevin Owens is the guy to do it.
I think was perfect. When he's cutting this promo, I thought he was absolutely perfect in it. And he showed hints of it last week when he was, because you didn't know whether to boo him or not. Like he's turning face, but he's still kind of a heel. But he's just a dick to everybody. And it's so good. And and he's funny and he cuts a great promo and he legit looks like he could beat somebody up. I know he's not doesn't have a bodybuilder body, but he looks like he could for real beat somebody's butt up.
Sorry, guys. I'm potty training a puppy, and when she's sitting by the door, I got to get up.
You got to go, or you
so just hang with me, and I'm still here. So do you want to just go chronologically, or do you want to jump to Act 3?
Which would you prefer?
Chronologically, if you don't mind. Oh,
okay. So
one more thing.
Chronologically,
okay.
Now that we've got that behind us, you cut to Shane McMahon. I'm sorry, Shane McMahon was right before Kevin Owens, and saying he's out of the building. He's out of the building out for good, and we're gonna get on with it. Clearly, we're gonna get a new main event because the main event was gonna be Dolph Ziggler and Kevin Owens. So they're gonna fix that main event at some point. He's working on that.
I remember that.
Then the Kevin Owens stuff happens, and here we go. So now it goes to Finn Balor and Shinsuke Nakamura.
Which I'm currently paused in the background for me. And also, by the way, I do not know who knocked on Alistair Black's door yet.
Well, we find out.
I'm with you. I'm excited because you're going to be the one who breaks it to me, and I'm excited.
We find out. So Nakamura, I thought it was a good win for him. He showed some serious aggression. It's a great match. Good match. It's a good match. I don't want to throw great around too often. Minimize that word, but it's a good match, and he's been gone forever, so it was nice to see. Next, you're going to get to the contract signing for Extreme Rules. I'm kind of out on this. You know, Bayley and Nikki Bella, and they're doing a contract signing.
Nikki Bella, Nikki Cross.
Nikki Cross. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm sorry. Nikki Bella, that would spice things up.
I don't want that. I don't want that.
No.
Wait, I thought that the match was Bayley and Alexa Bliss.
Right, but so it's a 2-on-1 handicap match.
Oh, at Extreme Rules?
Yes.
Gotcha.
It's a 2-on-1 handicap match. SmackDown Women's Champion, Nikki Cross in the ring, and so it's regular contract signing. It needs to be noted that as Bayley is walking to the ring, if you're careful and you look, and all you really have to do is just like our post-to-post Facebook page, because I post pictures every week.
Which I love, because you're better at finding those than me.
When we spot a puppet, and we spotted a puppet, and this one was really tough. It was Ramblin' Rabbit. Ramblin' Rabbit in the background of Bayley. And I did think I spotted it, but I had to wait to confirm it. And then I confirmed it after the show.
So was that a picture that you took, or is that a picture you found online?
So I took a picture of my TV. It was not as good as the photo that line, okay. So I went on zoomed in.
Gotcha. I am a little jealous of how good you are at spotting those.
But I did think I saw something, and then I backed it up a couple times, and I just couldn't tell. And then I saw it online in a GIF form, and it just kept repeating, and I was like, "That's Rambling Rabbit." So we found Ramblin' Rabbit as Chief going to the ring, and that goes.
Isn't this becoming fun? Like it's like a Where's Waldo kind of thing.
It is fun, and I thought like, ooh, there's Ramblin' Rabbit, and then we're gonna find out who knocked on. And maybe they're right. Maybe it is going to be Bray Wyatt. Who knows? Ooh, here we go. And I'm telling you, if we don't have all the Owens stuff, I probably would have suggested you name the episode "Who Knocks on Alistair Black's Door."
Okay, I legit don't know.
But that's the title to Owens stuff.
All right,
because it ended up being pretty cool. Then you have a tag team summit. You're going to get Heavy Machinery, New Day, Daniel Bryan, and Rowan, and it is what it is.
So what does summit mean? What is it?
They're all in the ring talking about why they should win, and then they end up. It's just they're cutting promos on each other.
Okay, so I'm getting the sense that this came off kind of badly, like you didn't love it.
I didn't hate it. I mean, it was. Woods and Big E cutting promo. There were funny parts. I mean, I can't criticize it. It's just like
the only thing I want to say is I'd rather have this summit than a waterfall.
It's just trash talking turned into a match. Okay, I see what you're saying, but it does turn into a match. And then so that's good. And Xavier with each other.
Okay, say
and
so it's
Otis
one
wins.
of each team, one member of each team.
Yes, yeah, and Otis wins, which may change my pick for this weekend.
I'm not even there yet. Who's the match though? It's it's those three teams, right?
It's those three teams. It's New Day, Heavy Machinery, and Rowan and Bryan.
Okay, interesting. Does that mean that you're? I guess I'll just ask you tomorrow. I'm surprised that means anything.
I was it's kind of upset Heavy Machinery win,
really,
actually.
Okay.
And so I may stay with that, but I may not now because Otis won. And you know,
man, but those things have also gone out the window. But I don't even know how I feel about this one yet. So I'm gonna put pencil to the paper tomorrow and figure that one out.
Before we get to the main event, how do you think they're going to work pay-per-views from here on in? If Heyman's doing Raw and Bischoff is doing SmackDown, how will they do pay-per-views? Those two aren't definitely known for working well together.
No, I think that that Heyman's going to write the Raw angles and Bischoff's going to write the SmackDown angles. And I mean, ultimately, it all comes down to Vince, and he'll just decide, what the main events are and what the placement is. And I do think.
It's just interesting because Shane McMahon and Roman Reigns and a lot of those guys are on both shows. So there's got to be some kind of synergy.
It's so weird. I don't know if I expect more or less brand extension when the Fox deal happens.
I expect less.
I think that both networks, USA and Fox, both want to tout that they have Roman Reigns, that they have Ronda Rousey, that they have, whoever. So I think
that they have the WWE superstars.
Yeah, but if they're brand exclusive, only one network theoretically will have them.
Right.
So I do think less is probably where they're trying to get to. But then I hear that this Heyman and Bischoff thing is to try to make it a bit more pronounced. So I don't know.
And I keep hearing the new video game that's coming out is going to be like GM mode again, where you have two brands, and it's going to be a Raw versus SmackDown game. So. But that's very WWE to be like, hey, make a video game for WWE Raw vs. SmackDown, and then get rid of the brand extension.
Yeah, I placed no emphasis on the video game announcements.
So now we get to the main event. Remember, Shane McMahon promised. Oh, before we get to the main event, Alistair Black.
Yeah, this I'm legit dying to know who was knocking on his door.
So it's a split screen, and I was, So you've got Alistair Black, and then you see someone walk into the room, a nice pair of pants. He sits down.
Okay, hold on a second. Is Alistair in the ring or he's in that room?
He's in that room. It's now split screen. He's in that room, and then there's another person in a room. And I don't know if they're face to face or not. I don't think they're face to face. I think they're in like different rooms.
Okay.
So Alistair Black sits down and then sits down. And Alistair Black goes, "Oh, very good, Mr. Cesaro." And then Cesaro takes this thing out of his mouth, and he's well dressed, and he goes, "Alistair Black, I have come to pick a fight with you." And Alistair Black goes, "Very good, Mr. Cesaro." Like he's a bad guy in a Inspector Gadget episode, like he's Dr. Claw. "Oh, Mr. Cesaro. Because on Sunday at Extreme Rules, we are going to have a fight." And it was really weird how Cesaro said, "Pick a fight." Make sure you hear "pick a fight."
Why is that important? Is it like signifying like a sort of change in his character, or what is?
No, it's just weird. Okay. It's just weird. I just thought it was weird. I think it's weird how he's talking. I don't know why he's talking all weird. Alistair Black's talking weird, so Cesaro comes in and he's talking all weird. But they're going to have what I think is going to be an incredible match because they're two great workers and they're going to put each other through the paces.
And not only that, Alistair Black is so fresh to me still because on the main roster, I haven't seen him wrestle in months, and he's only done it.
They botched this debut a little bit, you know, having him and Ricochet be tag partners for a little while for no reason was weird, but whatever. It got him on TV.
Yeah, he was one of the guys. He was on my wish list from NXT. That one round of call-ups, man, that really got me going. Like Ricochet, Alistair Black, DIY, and and Lacey Evans too was in that. And I mean, sure, EC3 was part of it too. That was the only real bummer. But man, that round.
It's just weird that they brought Alistair Black up and they seemingly had no idea what to do with him, and then they repackaged him like a month later.
Well, you know what, Jared? I mean, while they really took the long way to get us to this match on Sunday, I would rather have this than the way they used to do it, which would just be throw this match on the show.
Yeah, I'm okay with it because it makes it important. I mean, it's just Alistair Black and Cesaro, but because you're making someone knock on the door to pick a fight, someone's got to come in and say, "I want to fight you." You made it a thing. And it took 2 weeks before anybody took the fight, and now it's Cesaro. So that's good. That takes the Bray Wyatt stuff off the table, and now that's even more of a question.
And also, let's not discount that match. Should be awesome.
That's going to be a good match. I'm very excited for Extreme Rules now, and Raw's not the show that made me do it. Raw's not the show that got me excited.
Well, Raw did a lot to get me excited, to be honest with you, Jared. Plus, they added not only several matches, but several stipulations too, if I'm not mistaken.
Now we get to the main event.
All right, talk to me.
Shane McMahon said, "We've got to have another main event." It was going to be Kevin Owens and Dolph Ziggler, but Kevin Owens was thrown out of the building, and that's it. You live in a haunted house, you need to get some WD-40, bub. What the hell?
I'm sorry. I had a dog who had to come in. That was Roxy.
No, but your hinges need some WD-40. Go get after that. It's squeaky as hell. Okay, anyways. So he decides that the main event is now Dolph Ziggler versus Roman Reigns.
Okay, and it was supposed to be a tag match first?
No, it was gonna be Dolph Ziggler versus Kevin Owens 1-on-1, and now it's Roman Reigns and Dolph Ziggler. And Elias, Drew McIntyre, and Shane McMahon are all at ringside.
That's why I thought that. Okay,
so they're all there. And Reigns is doing what Reigns does, fighting against the odds. And bang, Elias takes the Superman punch. Boom! And he seems to be getting close to a victory, but then there's Shane O'Mac.
Here he goes.
He interferes. Shane O'Mac gets involved. But guess what? Shane O'Mac. Here comes Kevin
Act
Owens.
3.
He's back in the building. Act 3, mothers. You sons of sons. Huh? We're allowed to do
Go
this.
ahead.
Huh? He enters the match and he lays out McMahon with, what do you think he lays him out with?
Stunner?
A son of a bitch and stunner. Boom! Come on! Reigns hits Ziggler with a spear. He gets the win. The big dog stands tall to close out the show. And Kevin Owens isn't taking any more of Shane McMahon's crap. Woo! Woo!
So this angle works for you big time.
What a fun and energetic way to end a show.
Okay, so do they...
He starts the show like CM Punk. He ends the show like Stone Cold.
Well, you know what, Jared? What a great observation. Let me ask, is there any sort of... I'm sorry, I'm having a whole Royal Rumble at my feet. Does Kevin Owens have a match on Sunday?
No.
He's going to, right?
He's going to be involved. He's
Well,
probably...
wait.
You know what I expect? I fully expect him to be banned from the arena. And I hope he comes driving a goddamn beer truck or something into the arena. I don't know what he's going to do.
What about what about Owens and Ziggler?
I mean, do they have a match?
Neither one of them do that I can think of.
So it's like Owens and Ziggler, but there's the whole Shane McMahon thing involved there too. I mean, this is just their intertwining storyline. Look at this. Look at them tying everything. It doesn't have to be me versus you, and it's not a video game. This isn't the feud we have to stick with. We can, I hate you, but I also hate you, and don't forget about you, pal. Pipe bombs.
So another thing I want to point out is just want to remember what I was saying. It was not last week because I wasn't here, but the week before that, and really since their last pay-per-view, I guess it was that VIP lounge. Shane McMahon is not annoying me right now.
Because he's in a good storyline. There's a good story right now. It's not just he was more annoying than me when he was always talking about the women and just the land of opportunity, and that Shane McMahon annoyed me.
Yeah, no, I understand. So, all right. Is there anything else I need to know about SmackDown?
I'm typing up the Extreme Rules card because I'm sure that it's been updated.
Well, I mean, if they didn't announce it on the show, I'd be very disappointed. I mean, that's when they should have announced it. But you know what else I'm curious about? I want to know how many matches we're up to now.
So we've got a last man standing, Alistair Black and Barred, Shane McMahon, Drew McIntyre, and Roman Reigns. Notice how they got off the Undertaker pretty fast. Drew Gulak, Ricochet and AJ Styles.
5. The
Revival and the Usos. Rowan and Daniel Bryan versus Xavier Woods and Big E versus Heavy Machinery. Bailey versus Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. Kofi Kingston versus Samoa Joe. Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins versus Lacey Evans and Baron Corbin. So we're up to 10 matches.
I got to say it. I think they may have gotten me there. It happened this week, but I think they may have gotten me excited.
I'm okay with it. Now here comes the bad news.
What's that?
I'm not going to be here for the recap.
Oh, you son of a...
We're going to New York City this weekend. We're going to a Yankees game. We're going all over the place, and I'm not going to be here Monday. I will not be here Monday. And even if I got back Monday, which we're going to get back like at 2, I will not have watched the show.
All right. Well, I'll figure something out.
And I know Bray Wyatt's going to show up.
Hey, wherever you are, or I don't know if you watch the episodes that you're not on, but you should be wearing the "That Should Be Me" shirt because it should be you, whoever it is. Me.
By the way, add to that card the fact that Brock Lesnar's been promised by Paul Heyman.
That's true.
Bray Wyatt's always been a threat to show up at something. So like you've got both those curiosities. I mean, this could be a sleeper pay-per-view.
Well, last week I was just talking about how boring the show was shaping up to be, and now all of a sudden you got me excited for Sunday.
I didn't do it. Kevin Owens did.
Paul Heyman did. Perhaps Eric Bischoff did. But I did not think they were going to get there this time, but they did.
Stunned.
The only thing that I'm really upset about is that I'm not going to be able to recap it with you.
I know, that's a bummer. If you want, you can cut a pipe bomb promo on me on Monday.
Jared, I am anything but. You give so much time and so much good content to this show. I'm blessed to have you. Don't think I ever forget that.
Well, I feel like we've got more of these shows coming down the pike because once your baby is born, you're gonna get to watch less wrestling than you think. And I'm here to help you get through that transition until you can get back to normal. I'm ready for
Thanks,
it.
pal. I'm gonna do my best to keep watching and keep having opinions. But yeah, I mean, it might get tough here and there. We'll see what happens. We've always got each other's backs.
We've always got each other's backs, and I'd also like to end the show by saying happy birthday, Gilbert.
Jared, you did a great job filling me in on everything that happened on SmackDown. Thank you so much for joining us with this episode. We definitely want to know what your thoughts are about SmackDown, and also, I know we've all kind of expressed discontent with this card. I feel like this week they may have gotten over the hurdle for me, and it seems like for Jerry too. Did it get there for you? Let us know in the comments, please. Thank you for tuning in. Sorry about the technology today and the interference from the pups. But I'm glad we were able to get you this episode. We got one more for you tomorrow. Are you off all next week, Jared?
Just Monday, pal.
Beautiful. That means we got Jerry back on Tuesday. We'll get his thoughts on the pay-per-view and on Raw.
Heck yeah,
hey,
baby.
You're the best, Jared. I love you. If you're watching this, we love you. And we'll talk to you. Actually, we got an episode tomorrow. Predictions.
Pipe bomb, baby. Boom.